this is Ali Akbarian here from Mobility Engineering. Thank you for tuning in on this video today, and we are here to talk all about the Autolift F6 underfloor lifter. So basically what this is a wheelchair lifter or loader that drops to the floor. You can get onto it and it lifts you into the side of the vehicle. Now, typically, most of the time you generally see lifters out the back of a vehicle, but side lifters are becoming more and more popular, and they are a fantastic option for quite a large cohort of the community. So the first most important thing that we get feedback on, and we see this being used, is I guess a form of inclusivity, because people are able to, all people in the family can access the car through the same door. Now, if you've always accessed the car through the boot door, then you might understand that you may feel like it just doesn't feel like you're like everybody else. But if you've never done that, you may not actually appreciate how much over many years of being so different, it might make you feel like you just don't feel part of the family. So something very simple, such as being able to access through the side door like everybody else, just because you're in a wheelchair, basically because you're in a wheelchair, makes life a lot more inclusive, life a lot more better, more confidence, and then we can actively participate in the community better. However, on that note, Active, this is also a great product for those active wheelchair users that are able to self-transfer, they are able to control themselves a lot more, and just need to get in and out of the car. And the reason why is because this particular lifter, so for example, this car right now, you can see it's actually set up like that. It's a pretty funky wheels, nice looking car, tinted windows. This guy here is a pretty active guy. He wants to get out and about town, take his friends around, and also do a little bit of weekend away type thing. So they've had this underfloor lifter fitted. It can allow them to get inside. But also, the great thing about this particular underfloor lifter is that it's only it's called an F6 because it's only 6 centimeters deep. So by fitting this to this particular car, the depth there is only 6 centimeters, and so the ground clearance underneath is still 170 millimeters or 17 centimeters. Now, by comparison, a standard Kia Carnival is the same. It's around about 15 to 17 centimeters. So it's a fantastic clearance height. So it's only a 6 centimeter thickness of lift, and then it gives us a great clearance height to keep the car active. Often wheelchair cars have a very low bottom, and it doesn't allow us to access a lot of places. This allows us to access a lot of places. Another great feature of it is that it comes with a wireless remote. It's generally wired. So I've also got a wired option here, but it also comes as an option with a wireless remote to allow you to, if you're sitting in your wheelchair, you can keep this lanyard around your neck, and basically you come up to your car and you hit the button and it allows you to open it up. And that's what we're going to do now. We are going to open this up, and what you will see, which as it comes out, you see a beautiful sleek design. It is quite a narrow platform. This is not something you would use for commercial uses or commercial buses. It's definitely not appropriate for that. But this is a great product for private use and private vehicles. So you'll see here it comes out, drops down. Another feature, as you can see here, is that it's got these safety lifts to stop you from rolling back, which is required as part of the standard. But if you actually have a look here, the side over here is not closed in. So this actually allows a lot more flexibility for me to come in and sort of come in through the side and wheel myself in like that, or I can come straight ahead as well, or I can come from the side here as well like that. So it just gives a little bit of flexibility for that active user to be able to get in and up into the car, right? Now, when we get to place, before I go on, the other advantage of this is this can actually drop down and sit onto a curb. So if you've got like a little bit of a curb here, this can drop down and sit onto that, and then you can bounce onto the curb, and you don't have that sort of issue of dropping down onto the road and then having to jump up over the curb. So that's a little bit of a bonus feature. Then the last thing is, it's actually quite a quick lifter comparison to others. So if you have a look at this goes up very, very quick. So again, great for those active users that are nice and quick and want to get into life pretty quickly. So there we go, nice and flat platform. Very, very easy for me to go all the way in and just secure myself in there. Now, generally, you're not traveling in a wheelchair, or if you are, you're a family member that's kind of coming in here for the inclusivity aspect of it. So you have to, I guess, understand that you may need to do a little bit of maneuvering around once you're in there to lock yourself in place, or have something in place. For example, here, this particular setup here is a tie-down system for the person's wheelchair. So when they go into the front seat, they just hop themselves into the front seat from the wheelchair and away they go. And with the wireless remote, basically all we need to do is push the button and then it packs the lifter all the way back in. Very nice, very smooth, very quiet operation, but also very fast operation, which is unusual for these lifts. And that's basically it on the Autolift F6 underfloor lifter. So thanks very much for tuning in.